Hiya, and welcome back to Dawn Chorus, the game that teaches us that I will always believe that Bjorn is a stoner. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Fastest intro ever. Fastest intro in the past month. Took 15 seconds. Have you ever wondered how it would be to be a bird? You too? I think of these often. To be born into the world that's not yours. Do you think the world is ours? Undoubtedly. We share with other forms of life, but we made it our own, for better or worse. That sounds like a big responsibility. And we're getting better at acknowledging it. Our culture is progressing. We're starting to feel empathy toward our surroundings. Hang on, let me lower my level. There we go. Can you imagine that in the beginnings of culture, only adult males were seen as subjects and everything else was an object? An adult male could empathize with another adult male only. Then they started to consider women people too. Then they learned to empathize with children. Laws guaranteeing just and equal treatment were introduced. It took us a while to learn to empathize with different sexualities and then with people of different cultures. Now we're finally starting to grasp that other animals are living beings too. Learn to empathize is how a culture progresses. You can observe that by how many of us are abstaining from eating any meat now. I'm gonna ouch an American. I don't know what he's yapping about, but he's cooking. He's cooking. I'm glad I was born now, not a few thousand years ago. Even a few decades earlier would make a huge difference. We're living in a fast-changing times. At least now, living as a bird, you wouldn't risk being shot for someone's leisure. I often wonder if birds understand that the world around them isn't natural, that was built by us. Do you think they know that trains and cars and buses are our own creation and not something that always existed? If I was a bird, I don't think I'd have a reason to doubt that the cars were always here and are as natural as the trees that shade them. Another cloud of smoke. I'll make one too. They merge together into one big cloud that disperses in the already clouded air. It's good to have you here. Hookah alone is nowhere near as fun. I'm happy to be here too, you know. Oh shit. I swear to God, they're high. You wouldn't prefer to be with your friends? You're my friend too, and no, right now I'm having more fun here than I was back there. You know, you're the first person to come and visit me here without an explicit invitation. I feel like I always have to initiate everything myself. I'm not the person anyone remembers about. I don't get invited to events. If I want to meet with anyone, I have to be the one to invite them. Do you know this feeling? Like the whole world is ignoring you? That nobody is ever thinking about you? That you're always a second-rate friend? This sucks. It's as if I was never interesting enough. Forgettable and replaceable. But not with you somehow, so, again. There was a fucking hair in my mouth. How the fuck did a hair get in my mouth? So, again, thank you for being here with me. Well, thanks. I didn't really do anything. I just like you, so I'm here. That's already a lot. I think we all feel that sometimes. These are just our feelings, though. It doesn't mean it really is like that. Our minds like to play tricks on us. Where did this sudden wave of emotions come from, though? Apart from this one meltdown earlier today, Bjorn seems rather restrained in his emotions. We had some more serious talks, but I didn't think he's capable of bearing himself like that before me. Well, I'm feeling a bit lightheaded after the hookah already. Everything seems soft and tingly. And frankly, I don't like how we filter ourselves sober. We stop ourselves from saying things we want to say because we're afraid. We're afraid of physical contact too. We're afraid of expressing our feelings. We calculate how emotional we can allow ourselves to be in a certain situation and keep ourselves restrained. I suppose it's sometimes necessary, but this way we don't live to fullest, and end up full of regrets and resentment. Do you want an apple? Have an apple with me. Sure, thanks. Bjorn splits the apple with his paw and passes me a half. Wow, that was neat. Thanks. It's sweet but also tart. Not perfect, but it's good. Hey, something was bothering me. Say, if you're struggling with it so much and you don't even like it, why are you still studying neuroscience? I want to talk about it now, that is. You mentioned that you didn't have a choice, but you never told me what that was about. I thought you'd guess, actually, but maybe your experiences were vastly different than mine. My parents wanted me to, simple as that. I live with them now and have no income on my own, so it's not like I had much choice. But if you didn't study, you'd have the time to find a regular job. Maybe, but I owe it to them. Owe it to them how? They did a lot for me. They sacrificed a lot for me, too. They want me to study something that could provide me a good life because they care about me. They're right about this, I can't argue with it. But you don't want this, do you? I don't. But I still think it's the only sensible and good thing to do. I don't reply to that. The smoke in the room disperses the light, softening the shadows. Neither of us took a puff for some time now, so the coals turned all white from the ash. Bjorn doesn't look at me, playing with the hookah pipe idly. Great, I tanked the mood completely. He's quite cute, despite being big and burly. He has very gentle features. I overlooked them before, but now, when I don't feel weird looking straight at him, there's a tender charm behind these brown eyes of his. I'm indebted to them more than you'd ever guess. This is what it takes to make them happy. I'll be glad to do it. Tell me, what does writing mean to you? That's a broad question. What do you like in it? It's obvious that it's important for you, but you for sure take some pleasure from it too. I do. I really thought about it, but I don't think I need a solid reason to enjoy something. I like coming up with words and characters, though. Oh, hiya. And there are no rules in writing. I can do whatever I want with my world. Whatever I want to happen can happen there. And the characters, even though they're my own creation, have their own lives, become their own people. I can sit and chat with them, or imagine how they would act in different situations. When you let go of inhibitions and stop thinking of your inadequacies, comparing your work to the work of others, it's pure fun. That applies to all art, I think, photography as well. That's likely. Writing is what I know, though. Maybe one day I could get into photography too, once I save enough for a camera. Hopefully. I could link you to some nice guides then. Great, I'll know who to ask if I ever need some help with this. I'm far from being an expert in the matter, sadly. How did you start? I mean, every hobby starts with some impulse. What was yours? I should not be relating to what Bjorn said. I should not be relating to what Bjorn said. But I am. Haha. You know, this reminds me of them. Just the two of us, sitting and smoking hookah, talking our evening away. We did that many times, usually the few beers too. We could talk until morning, and each next conversation seemed to go deeper than the previous one. The happiest I was with them. Some friend of yours? Yeah, a beautiful person. So I wrote about them. That's how I started. Were they fine with you writing about them? I think I would feel weird if a friend of mine included me in their stories. I couldn't help but compare their version of me to myself. This disconnection between the real me and the fictional me would feel extremely weird now that I think of it. They didn't complain. What happened to them? Arvo, are you there? Yes. Why can't I see you? I think we just lost power. Hold on, just let me... Bjorn turns on his laptop, illuminating the room with an almost clinically cold glow. I hope this passes quickly. The battery on my laptop is a flop. It's going to last us maybe 2 hours or so. Though I bet the guest house has some power generators and they'll kick in shortly anyway. Maybe we should go out and check out what's going on. Yeah, power outages happen. It can't be anything serious, otherwise we would hear an alarm already. We sit down on the bed, pressed up against each other. I'd never tell that to Bjorn, but power outages make me feel slightly uneasy, especially when they happen in places I'm not too familiar with. A faint blue glow of the moon fills the room like water, as if we were on the bottom of the ocean. The air feels stuffy and suffocating despite the open window. A chorus of muffled voices sounds through the walls, but I can't pick out any words. How about another film to watch? Maybe, just please, something lighter than yesterday. I couldn't take another film like that 2 nights in a row. Sure, I should have something. Totoro! My Neighbor Totoro! My Neighbor Totoro. And Miko commit murder. I'll keep the hookah going. There's still some tobacco left in it. Bjorn starts browsing his folder while I lean back against the wall. Should I ask him again about his friend? He seemed hesitant to answer, and I'd swear he was thankful for the power outage. So maybe it's a topic better left for another occasion. Okay, I found something. Does Fallen Angel sound familiar? Nope, never heard of it. A spiritual sequel to a film I liked a lot. This should be much lighter than the anime yesterday. That? It's exactly what it sounds like. What is it about? I don't know. The first one was about 2 policemen and the women they met along the way. Everything's set in Hong Kong. Hong Kong? I don't think I've ever seen a film from there. I hope I'm in for a wild ride. Hang on, let me just... Hang on, let me try that again. that laugh. Oh, thank you. Let me add another laugh for your nightmares. By the way, how about I turn off the light so that it doesn't blind us when the power's back? Good idea. Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere anyway, right? Spookiest of laughs. I wasn't planning to. What the? That laugh is so fun to do. Wasn't planning to. Bjorn gets up to turn off the light, starts the film, and returns to the bed, sitting down next to me. We stay like that together as the opening credits roll. Wow. This is really slow-paced, like, extremely slow. You know what else is slow-paced? My Neighbor Totoro. You should watch it. You should watch My Neighbor Totoro and then watch it again. I'm bored and it doesn't look like anything is going to start happening in this film. Bjorn has a really weird taste in cinematography. I have to remember not to trust it ever again. Arvo? This thing is an absolute bore, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, the prequel was definitely faster paced. How far are we even? That's 1/4 of the whole thing. Oh, shit. Oh! So what do we do? Finish it?
It's time to drink water.
I keep thinking that we forgot about something. About what?
It's time to drink water.
Something very important. Like
It's time to drink water.
What could be that
It's time to
important?
drink
I can't
water.
think of anything at all. Oh, fuck. Arvo, I know. Supper! We forgot about supper. That was the big thing? Do you think the power's back? Definitely. We're still alive and no one is screaming or trying to reach us here. Take one last puff of hookah and try to get up. Immediately I get dizzy and fall back onto the bed. Yeah, that can happen. Good thing you didn't faint. That happens too. Faint? Now you're telling me that? It doesn't happen too often, though. Anyway, how about you stay here and I'll bring you the food? Sounds fine. I don't think I'd even be able to get to the cafeteria now. My head hurts too. I think it started some time ago already, but I mostly ignored it. Now it's getting worse, though. And something to drink, maybe. Sure, I'll be back in a minute. Thanks, I owe you. Maybe I should leave the hookah in peace for now. I stand up again with a groan, holding onto the table, and this time I managed not to fall. A glass of water would be nice, though. My head is killing me. Bjorn should be back in a few minutes, though. I can wait this long. I glance at the notebook screen, all filled with a still frame from the film. A coyote lady wearing a red dress leaning on a jukebox, all lit up with a multitude of colors reflecting in her dark sunglasses like an artificial rainbow. Even if the film didn't grab me yet, I have to admit it is gorgeous. I feel funny, almost as if I was light as a feather. If not for the headache, I could say I feel fantastic. Should I try to read something more about hookah? I don't really want to start any research on my phone because it's old, slow, and just inconvenient to use, but I have Bjorn's laptop in front of me. He didn't tell me I could use it, though, and I don't know what I could find if I minimized the player. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 silly, no. Ah, shit. You know what, I'm gonna make a poll because I don't know. You know what? No one gets any additional votes. Hang on, I'm gonna lean back while y'all vote. Cats, I swear, if you create a bunch of burner accounts, I swear that's something you do. That is the vibes that I get from you. Because you're not allowed to rig the election. You know what? Fair enough. Oh, we are respecting privacy. I don't really feel like I should, so I don't. Instead, I take out my phone and browse my feed on Glimmer, looking through people's photography for inspiration. I could likely take some nice pictures here with the smoke. I definitely don't feel like going to my room for the camera, though. Not a minute later, Bjorn comes back. Hey, I got our food. He turns on the light with his elbow and then puts our plates and bottles of water down on the table. Got a fruit tart today again. Nice. Yeah, the apple pie yesterday was delicious. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Bjorn has feet pics on there? Hang on, let me just... Hang on, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the apple pie yesterday was delicious. Yeah, and this is looking no worse. He's smiling wide and sincerely. His mood really has gotten much better. It makes me happy, too. It's nice seeing your friends smile. We both sit down on the bed to eat. Nicotine reduced my appetite, so I barely finished my sandwiches. But as soon as I put my paws on the water bottle, I drank the whole content in a few big gulps. How are you feeling? Good, I think, though maybe it was a bit too much hookah at once. Especially for my first session ever. It's hard to put it down once you start, yeah. Oh, did you ask anyone about the power outage? Oh, I forgot about it completely. The power is back, though, so I don't think it matters. I'm tired. It's been a long day, and getting into the bed and watching something is all I can think of now. Indeed, from the lectures in the morning to the evening party, a lot has happened today already. Do you want some snacks for the film? I'm full after the supper, thanks. Bjorn nods and walks away to turn off the light. Bjorn resumes the film and we hop back into the bed. My back hurts a bit from leaning against the hard wall, so this time I rest my head on Bjorn's sturdy shoulders as if it was a giant pillow. He's warmer than I expected, even from beneath his t-shirt and that thick pelt he's radiating warmth. Soon I start sweating in my clothes despite the open windows. Arvo? Yeah. It's really warm, isn't it? I know where this is going! Quite, yeah, I can move away if that bothers you. Oh, you don't, but I'm starting to sweat a bit. It'd be more comfortable if we took off our clothes and got under the duvet. Sitting on the bed in usual day clothes feels weird anyway. Kinda does. Still, I never imagined he'd suggest that. Fine with me. I don't think you'd suppose a Finn would be uncomfortable showing a bit more of his fur. It's not like I haven't seen him in only underwear either. Always better to ask. I get up and undress in silence. I take off my t-shirt and trousers, opting to keep the socks on. Cold air that rushes through the open window brushes through my fur, sending shivers up my spine and making the fur on my shoulders and arms stand, so that I look twice as fluffy as usual. Ready? Yeah. Get into the bed together again, covering our legs and paws with a duvet, pressing our sides together for warmth. Without a t-shirt, Bjorn feels even warmer. From beneath that thick pelt, he's radiating warmth, making me want to cuddle up to him. Stop short of that, though. I don't want to make things awkward between us. The fur on our forearms mingle, and suddenly I can feel the taste of the apple Bjorn shared with me again. Bjorn? Hey, Bjorn? The film has ended already. They're cuties! The cuties! Ugh! I just want to hug them! Ugh! Ugh! I just want to hug them! And give them cuddles! Ugh! No, they not naked. See? They not naked. Bjorn raises his heavy head an inch from my shoulder, looking in the direction of the screen. I'm not sure if he actually sees anything, balanced on the delicate line between sleep and wakefulness. The film is over. Good. Let it sleep. I think it had enough. Bjorn's head limply falls on my shoulder again, a thin line of slobber spilling from his lips and connecting with my arm. Kind of gross, but somehow I don't mind it as I would if that would be someone else. Some weird instinct makes me want to raise my paw, put it on the bear's head, and pat him gently in a gesture of friendly affection, but I stop myself. He looks really cute, and right now, utterly defenseless, which somehow adds to the charm only. Who is he for me, really? We met by chance yesterday, and now I'm in his room, in his bed, both of us half naked with him sleeping, leaning on me. Wait, he does?! Oh shit, that is the first time I'm noticing. Thank you for pointing that out, Lug. Now I can never unsee it. I didn't even fucking notice. I didn't notice. Nothing connects us other than the apple Bjorn shared with me, yet I'm here with him and I don't really want to leave. I think I admire him. I'm happy that someone like him even wants to be my friend. The more I get to know about him, the more extraordinary he seems. Which is weird considering how I saw him as just a gray, helpful, but humdrum guy when I first saw him. Careful not to wake him up, I slowly move myself to the left so that Bjorn slides off me and rests on the bed. Then, still as delicately as I can, I lie down next to him and drape the duvet under both of us. Wait. And drape the duvet under both of us. Bjorn still radiates heat like a furnace, even though he no longer leans on me. I can feel it warming me up. I'd like to do something nice for him. I think he deserves it. Something that would make him happy. I want to make him happy, to thank him for the time he spent with me. And to see him smile. It's always nice seeing your friends smile. You know I have to. You know I fucking have to. Let me grab the mic. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. I listen to that song every once in a while. And we're back to the other microphone. Bjorn, there's someone sitting beside me. Everybody wants to rule the world by I'm trying to remember the band name. I can't remember the band name. Someone sitting beside me. The space changes completely with them in it. Their presence is like a gravitational pull, impossible to ignore. Thank you, that's what it is. How should I react? I keep looking ahead, staring at the empty space before me. Meeting people isn't easy. I'm on high alert. Have they noticed me too? What do they think of me? I feel small. Just a tiny point in the universe. Wearing this body that I did not choose. If they look at me, what do they see? But time passes. The train continues its march. Maybe they didn't notice me? Maybe they don't mind me? Maybe they even want to be here with me? That thought warms me up like rays of sun, flooding the carriage with light. I'm not alone anymore. Day 3. The sunlight seeps through my closed eyelids, waking me up. Remnants of sleep still swirl inside my head, heavy and sticky. But I force myself to open my eyes and look into the light. This isn't my room. My head hurts and my vision is blurry. What the hell happened yesterday? I feel... Oh! 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 I know what happened! I know what happened! Then I noticed something heavy resting across my chest like a weighted pillow. A heavy bear paw. Bjorn. He's next to me, pressed to my side, his breath still warm on my arm. The sun pours from the window like honey, sweet and golden. I don't want to get up. I want to grab this happiness I'm feeling and keep it close for as long as I can. But soon the alarm starts playing. Bjorn groans and shifts, then his paw's gone for my chest.
What would you do if Torolf was sitting next to you? A. Shoot him? B. Run away? Or C. Ask him to kindly fuck off?
Option D. Ask him meanly to fuck off. Ugh. Good morning. Morning. Slept well. Why is he wearing his hoodie? Oh my god. And he is in his underwear. Why is he in a hoodie? Morning. Slept well? Yes, very well. So well, I'd like to go back to it. If you've set an alarm, then you likely knew what you were doing. I'd suggest getting up. Yeah, just a minute. He groans again and yawns, stretching, his joints popping like a miniature artillery strike. It's kind of scary. This can't be healthy. I'll go to my room to take a shower and get dressed. Can I come back here afterwards? Sure, I'll go to the shower too once I'm up. But me casa su casa. I nod sleepily, the remnants of sleep weighing my eyelids down, put on my t-shirt and head back to my room. I look tired. Well, no wonder. We fell asleep way later than reasonable. It was well worth it, not for the film only, though I liked it. The cinematography aspect of it, especially. The composition, the unusual angles, filming, reflections in ordinary objects. It was so inspiring and unusual. I can't wait to try out some of the ideas in the town today. But mostly for Bjorn's company. I missed that. Evenings spent with a friend on just talking and having fun together, having a connection. And I missed physical contact too. More than I knew. I'm glad to have him in my life. Bjorn is in the bathroom when I return to his room, ready for breakfast and the trip to town. So I hop down on the bed and taking out my phone. A few new notifications, but nothing really concerning me. Some newsletters I don't remember signing up for, policy changes, all the stuff I don't need. I'm going to pull up the sensor because I don't fucking trust it! I need to clean up this clutter one day. Not today, though. It will be much, much harder than cleaning up my room. Layers upon layers of digital garbage piled up. Why is he wearing a hoodie? The bathroom door opens suddenly. Bjorn's hulking figure jumping out wearing underwear only. Oh, Arvo! What? I look around, a sinking feeling in my stomach, wondering what I have done. Carlo Snoutguard is holding an event in the town today. Who? A writer, my favorite among the Norwegian ones, signing his book in the local bookstore. Fuck! I need to meet him. When is it? It starts at 12 o'clock and he'll be there for a few hours. Oh, so it starts halfway through the lectures. I'd have to sneak out during a break and miss one likely. Not a big deal, I think. I'd like to be there when it starts. Likely not, though I don't think the professors will be too happy with it if they found out. Didn't he say he might fail the year and failed one already? If he wants to pass, he should take every chance he has and not miss classes. But he looks so happy and excited for it. Advise him to attend the lectures or reassure him. Skipping school is always iconic. Yeah, let's reassure him. He probably needs this. It's important for you, isn't it? Very. I could try helping you sneak out if you want, if it be needed, of course. Thank you, but let's hope not. I don't think anyone would notice one person leaving during the break. I'll try to sneak back during a lecture. Say I was in the bathroom. So, ready to go? Yeah, breakfast time. Look around, scouting the crowd for Bjorn's hulking silhouette, but still with no success, and well, he's easy to notice. Where might he be? I'll better send him a message and get going somewhere myself. It's cold and I'm starving. I thought we'd have some lunch in the university, but no luck. Only a vending machine stood on the second floor, taunting me with its display of quinoa, chips, and candy bars. The crowd around me slowly disperses, all the students happy to get far away from the uni and into the town. Only a few groups remaining, chatting idly in Norwegian. Glancing at them from above the screen of my phone, I envy them a bit. They have their own groups and I'm standing here alone, not even able to understand them. Is this how it feels to be a foreigner? Message sent. I need to find a place to eat. On a few interesting places and maps, but I didn't decide on any yet. Most are in one area. I'll just go there and decide while I'm there. Besides, I hope that I get a response from Bjorn quickly and we could go together. Oh, and here's the message. I'm at the harbor, sorry. Just left the meeting. Oh, that took a while. He said he should be back in an hour or so. Meanwhile, it took him, what, more than 3 hours? I hope he didn't have to wait that long in a queue or something. Want to go for food? Yeah, just looking for something. Good, I'm starving. Can you come over to Snortorget? I'm heading there. Sure, I'll look it up. Looking at the map, it's the same distance from where I am in the harbor. We should both get there roughly at the same moment. Oh, it's a public square. I thought it was a food place. Sure, give me 5 minutes. I put my phone back in my pocket and pick up the pace, stuffing my paws into the coat's pocket to shield them from the cold. No more skin tea. The cold is really chilling here, different than what I'm used to from Finland. My fur keeps the humidity at bay, so to speak, but my paws are getting cold fast in the winter breeze. Oh, and here's Bjorn waiting for me already at one corner of the square. Hey, not feeling cold? I look up at him, still only wearing a hoodie, seemingly immune to the cold wind. I'm good, I have natural insulation. He looks very happy, the smile on his face natural and radiant with a childlike joy that cannot be contained. How was the meeting? Oh, it was fantastic, but food first, talking second. I haven't had anything since breakfast. Any place you were thinking of? There are quite a few here on the map. I thought we could meet up and choose something together. I'd prefer something cheap if possible, unless it's something very good. I can check the map for ratings. We can see what the highest rated place serves. Good idea. I'll take a look too. I take out my phone again, open maps, and scout the area. On the square where we are right now, there's a Japanese place with a ridiculously high rating and many reviews. Japanese cuisine, 4.8 rating with 3,000 reviews. A place like that has to be something special. If it's not too expensive, maybe we could go. My budget is limited. They look rather expensive, but not overly. It's more of a noodle shop than a proper restaurant. Looking at their menu, and the basic bowl of udon costs 200 krone. You also have sets with tempura, but these start at 350 krone. That is a lot. But not terribly. I think I could afford it if you want to go. Ah, what the hell, it's a nice day. I feel like celebrating. Yeah, it's nice to treat yourself from time to time. I don't often do that, but today I feel like doing something special. Bjorn's good mood is contagious. I'm really happy seeing him like that. Besides, I'm at a camp, visiting a different town. I want to bring nice memories from here. It's this one, I think. Let's hope there's no queue. As soon as we open the door, a mouth-watering smell of noodles and mushroom broth hits us, along with a wave of air so pleasantly warm that my tense muscles relax immediately. Huh, this place looks fancy, but it smells so delicious, doesn't it? It's certainly a trendy place. Despite the early hour, it's already packed, with only a pawful of free tables left. Spot 2 empty bar stools at the window with the view of the town square before it and point at them. You want to sit there? Sure, it's nice to have a view. We sit down at the counter, dropping our backpacks under it, and Bjorn stretches, ineptly stifling a groan. It's nice to be in a restaurant. I almost forgot how it feels. The waiter approaches us with huge one-page laminated menus in one paw, a tray with drinks set for another table in another. Welcome to Raimon Udon. 2 menus for you. Yes, thank you. I take the menus and pass one to Bjorn, but we both know what we want to order. 2 kake udon. Anything besides udon? A pitcher of water if it's free. We can ask, it usually is. What's udon, actually? I thought you knew. It's like thick noodles. At least that's what I understand of it. It's like thick noodles. Cake? Cake udon? Kake? Hang on.
Self-voicing enabled. I take the menus and pass one to Bjorn, but we both already know what we want to order. 2 cake udon.
It's cake. It's cake udon according to text-to-speech. So we went here without even knowing what this place serves. I assume it's a kind of noodle. We're in a noodle shop after all. Indeed, almost everyone around is slurping noodles from bowls filled with liquid. Interesting. I know ramen, and maybe I've seen udon in an anime somewhere, but I can't remember. Wonder what's the difference. Are you ready to order?
It's time to drink water.
That could not...
It's time to drink water.
You know what? I'm gonna...
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
How to pronounce... Okay. Okay. How to pronounce. How to pronounce. I'm gonna pull up the webcam just so we all see it. You know, let me go down here. Okay, it's a 4 out of 5 in difficulty. Let me grab the laptop. It's a okay. Let's do this. Are we ready? Are we ready? If I get it there, and then it's just shit. Here we go. Can't see it, but go ahead. Cack. That was wildly unhelpful. Except also very fucking helpful. So it's cack. So it's cack. I don't know. The waiter returns briskly, this time not carrying anything, not even a pen and paper. At least our order won't be hard to remember. Yes, we'll take 2 kak udon. Do you have a picture of water, maybe? Sure thing, I'll bring it out in a moment. They bow before heading into the kitchen, back into the whirl of work. Bjorn can't contain himself any longer and grins wide, radiating pride. He doesn't speak yet, but I can feel him trembling with excitement and wanting to spill it all out. So, how was it? Oh, it was so fantastic. There weren't... Should I make him gay? Should I make him sound gay? Like, stereotypical gay. Like Lake. Do I want to make him sound stereotypical gay? I don't know yet. Oh, it was so fantastic. There weren't many people there, actually, at least when I came there. As well, it was early in the day still. Not everyone can get out of their work and attend a meeting like that at this hour. I misunderstood the nature of the meeting, too. It wasn't a book signing, but a discussion panel with him, and it was so much better. I didn't get him to sign the book, but talking with him was incredible. He didn't really want to talk about his book, so he said they speak for themselves and everything that's needed to understand them is inside them and inside us. Cryptic, but I'll take it. I get what he means. He gave me a lot of advice and shared some of his habits. I will try at least some of them. He really, really stressed the importance of habit and discipline when it comes to this way of working, but also the power of habits in general. Like, if you, back into your workplace once it's a habit and not a decision, it becomes a breeze. And thoughts. He was talking a lot about thoughts. Repeat a thought in your head for long enough and it becomes a beaten path. Stay on it long enough and it becomes a belief. Your reality. But I like talking with him about writing the most. He's an interesting and insightful person and had a lot to say about this. Not literary techniques, but how to be a writer. He said it all begins with observation. You go out, see people, understand them. You can't write about people if you don't know them. There's been a lot. I need to note it all down when we get back to the guest house, or I won't remember even a quarter of it. Wow. That's been a lot, and I don't think he's finished. But it's nice listening to him. He's obviously passionate about all this, and some of the enthusiasm rubs off on me as well. Here are your dishes and your water. Enjoy. I didn't even notice the waiter approaching our table. A tray with 2 ornate bowls, both steaming on it, and a carafe full of water alongside them. He transfers it all to our table and bows again before turning away. The udon looks plain but delicious. Thick noodles submerged in dark but clear broth. Very elegant and refined, but I don't care much about it at the moment. Hungry and wanting these inside me already. Like, that's good! I thought it'd have a stronger taste, like ramen, but I still like it. I think I'll become a fan. The broth is good, not overwhelming. The overall is very nice. The noodles definitely play the leading role here. Delightfully chewy! I wish I could afford it more often, though. Well, someday. I only have to finish the uni or find a part-time job. It's nice here, though. I like the vibe and the neon, too. Udon often say a place like this. Yeah, well, I'm glad I found it. I'm not sure if I won't still be hungry after this. I have some food at the guest house. We can always have a snack later. Huh, is that Coach Devon? Look in the same direction as Bjorn, and indeed, there's Coach sitting there alone at the counter, dipping tempura into a bowl of udon. Yeah, that's him. I thought he'd be with Rune. I don't know. He looks kind of lonely, though. So, I asked Snoutguard what made him pick up Ratton. Basic bench question, I know, but I wanted to know. I was wondering about that in general. What makes people start ratting? Is it a career choice? Is it ambition? How they fail when they're ratting? I wonder how many people sit down and start writing because they feel a need to without an end goal in mind. And what did he reply? That he doesn't remember. It's cold outside, but the udon is warming us up from the inside. The neon glow seeing us off as we walk away from the square. That was a nice experience. Yeah, quite. I'd love to be able to visit restaurants more often. I loved it there. So, what do you want to do now? I thought, would you maybe... Can I borrow your camera for a while? I'm curious how it works and I'd like to take a few photos here. Oh, sure, no problem. It's cold. I don't feel like taking much photos anyway. Thank you. Where do you want to go with it? The coast? Oh, I'd rather not. How about staying in the town? Sounds good to me. So, towards the center? Yeah. This is so good. It's just chocolate. Bjorn holds his bar in one paw, eating it by 2 pieces in each bite. I hold mine in both paws, eating in small bites, savoring the taste. Why don't I buy these more often? Oh, it's delicious and foremost cheap. A real life hack. Not eating chocolate too often? I rarely get this hungry. Bjorn? An EO I don't know approaches us. Wide smile appearing on Bjorn's snout as soon as he notices her. Gudrun! Gudrun, that sounds vaguely foreign. Scandinavian, but not quite Norwegian. Maybe she's Danish? Hey, I didn't see you at the lectures. Where did you hide? I left early, actually. There was something I had to attend. And who's your friend? I'm Arvo. I studied cognitive science. I'm on my first year. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. I'm Gudrun. I'm on the same year as Bjorn. I thought you didn't have any friends at the university other than Travis, or maybe they don't know each other that well? What are you two doing? Just walking, in fact. How about you? The same. I thought I would see more of the town before we came back to the guest house. Can I tag along, or are you too busy? Bjorn glances in my direction as if asking permission. I think she could. If he knows her, then why not? Sure, we're not really doing anything. Though, Bjorn, you still want the camera, right? Yeah, just let me finish eating first. I'm halfway done with my bar, but Bjorn is already at the last roast, stuffing all of it into his maw at once. Okay, now I'm done. Sighing at this display of gluttony and impatience, I open my bag and take the camera out, passing it to Bjorn by the strap. Put your arm through it and then put it around your neck. I think you'll have to loosen it a bit. Or by a lot. The strap is always a bit loose on me. I like wearing it like that to have more mobility with the camera, but Bjorn can't even get his head through it now. Wait, I'll loosen it for you. A click of the mechanism and a few adjustments and the strap fits Bjorn now, draped across his shoulder, the camera at his waist pointing down. Looks good against the backdrop of his red hoodie. The look really fits him, more than I thought it would. Is it comfortable? We could try a different fit if it's still too tight. It's comfortable, thank you. Now, how do I use it? Oh, did you ever play with a DSLR? On my grandma's camera in automatic mode, yes. So, where to start? Do you know what ISO is? I start going through all the important controls with Bjorn, while Gudrun observes it all with interest, but keeping distance. Finally, he's ready to start beaming with excitement, eager to take this new knowledge into the world and test it. Are you a professional photographer? You seem to know a lot about this. Professional? Oh, no, not at all. I wish. I just take photos, and I've read a book or two about this. They helped me a lot at the start. That's even better. You're free to do whatever you want. You can experiment however you like. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. Doing a bit of analog photography, too. Trying out things, checking what I vibe with. I'd like to be better at it, though, at the professional level. Now I don't really know what I'm doing. The photographs I like, the ones I see in albums or galleries, they're photographs that speak to the viewer. It's like a transaction almost. They pull you in, you start a dialogue. You bring your beliefs, your experiences, and cultural context, and the photograph speaks to you. That's how I see it. But my photos, I don't think they say anything. They're just pretty at best. Not every photo the real artists take are like that. That's impossible. Some work, some don't. I think you don't have to worry about that now. Maybe you first have to find something that speaks to you. Outside of the photography. See it in the world before you even take the camera. Maybe. I haven't thought about it like that. I assumed it's a matter of skill or resources, but maybe she's right. And it's not really about taking photos. Thanks, you're very wise. Oh, not at all, I just look around a lot. Say, do you remember the hits from the 90s? Mr. Prime Minister, Bust, songs like Ecuador or Ananas Jambu? Yeah, what about them? Growing up, I always thought they were recorded in Latin America. That would make sense, right, considering the titles and the lyrics. But today I've read that you were all German. I feel cheated. How not to have trust issues when the song titled Ecuador with lyrics all in Spanish is actually German? I don't know. I don't have many answers, actually. I feel like all I have are questions. Bjorn! Ah! I really like the town. I'd be happy to stay there a little bit longer if we could. We will. Tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Are you going to the film this evening? I haven't thought about it yet. I don't really plan that far ahead. I'll likely go unless something else comes up. I'll see as well. My friend said he has some plans. Who? Maybe I know him as well. Jorgen, a bat. Jorgen, of course I know him! Oh, what a coincidence. You could ask him too then. He mentioned something about a roof. I like Jorgen and Gudrun both, but I suspect I'll have other plans today. I'll be going now. See you at supper. See ya. Alone with Bjorn again. As much as I liked Gudrun, I wanted to spend a bit more time with the bear. Bell. Oh, what was it? Playing with the camera engrossed him completely. He ran to me a few times to ask some technical questions, but he always ran off before I could ask him if he's enjoying himself. And then in the bus, we both fell asleep almost as soon as we left. Electric engine carrying us near soundlessly across the snowy road. So, what now? Want to come to my room? I don't really have any plans, but if you're not tired of me yet, we could just sit together and go somewhere. Sounds good, sure. You have coffee or something in there? I'd love some right now. I didn't bring any with me, and I'd love some too. I'll grab us two from the cafeteria. Oh, great idea. I bumped my shoulder against Bjorn's playfully before walking away towards my room, the bear following. My room again. The nap in the bus helped a little, but the bed still looks so inviting. I know it's a trap, though. If I lay down on it now, I wouldn't get up. Not made for getting up early. Down goes my backpack and jacket, and I prop myself up on the windowsill, waiting for Bjorn. It's dark already. Surreal how short the days are at this time of year. How can anything live with so little daylight, and it's still not December, when the sun doesn't rise at all for a few days? Imagine that, a seemingly endless night. Some last rays of the setting sun light up the sky in red hues, but it's the moon that reigns over these forecasts and mountains now. Walk back to my bag and grab the camera, hop over to the window and snap a photo of the night sky. The evening seems worth remembering. Sudden knock pulls me out of my thoughts. I walk up to the door and open them, letting Bjorn in. He smiles, holding two steaming cups, one in each paw. Hope you like Americano. It'll work. I prefer cappuccino, but this is better at keeping me awake. Wait, how did you knock? With my foot paw. You can put them down on the table. Oh, do you want to see your photos from the town? Absolutely! The camera screen is so small, I was barely able to tell what I was shooting. The viewfinder was a bit better, but not exactly comfortable either. It's refreshing to see someone as excited about photos as Bjorn. It reminds me of myself when I got my first camera and just ran around taking photos of everything. Just shooting photos in itself was important, not what I was shooting. It was a naive approach, but I had so much fun with it, shooting for the pure joy of it. That initial spark is gone now, and I don't take out my camera as often, though I cling to my dream of becoming a photographer one day. Looking at Bjorn, I kind of start to feel it again. I'll plug the camera in and transfer the photos. It'll take a while. Sit down wherever you want. I sit down at the desk, and though I expected Bjorn to sit down on the bed, he takes the other chair, keen to see the photos. Turn on the camera and start the transfer, opting to move all the photos from the camp so far. 25 minutes remaining. 25 minutes? I told you it'll take a while. It's not the newest camera, unfortunately. So, what now? We wait and drink our coffee. I grab my cup and take a sip. It's kind of nice, even without milk. Oh. I forgot to take pills today. I have them in my room. I'll pop in there real quick. I'll go with you. I don't have anything to do besides waiting. I don't want to fall asleep or sip coffee alone. Sure. So quiet. Everyone must be in their rooms resting after the trip. Bjorn is rather silent too all of a sudden. I hope he's fine with me going with him and it wasn't an excuse to get away for a moment. Knowing him, he'd tell me if he needed some alone time, though. He's so much more direct than my Finnish friends. I have no idea how I could forget about them this morning. I must have been more asleep than awake. We're excited about that meeting in the bookstore. Yeah, that's likely. Bjorn grabs a plastic bottle from his bag and takes 2 pills, swallowing them without water. My eyes fall on the label and I catch the name involuntarily. It's an SSRI, I know. A friend in high school was taking the same. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I never had these prescribed, though I know a lot about how they work on the brain. Can I hope it's not too personal, but I've seen that label before. Heard a lot about SSRIs, but I wonder, how do they feel? Sure. No, I don't mind. It's not that easy to describe. His voice quivers a bit at the end, and he pauses for a long time before continuing. They kind of tone things down a bit. The lows aren't as high, but the highs get dulled too. He helped me manage with stuff. Life gets a bit easier. I don't think someone who doesn't need them would benefit from them, though. And withdrawal sucks. I'm glad I remembered about them now, not later. Pills. Pills always make me anxious for some reason. Never liked the idea of taking any, be it cold medicine or vitamins or anything else, and I'd take only if I really needed to. Maybe it's the dislike of the idea of relying on something external. I'm not sure. I guess sometimes you have to. I'll undress while I'm here if you don't mind. Bjorn takes off the hoodie, tossing it to the bed. Then he takes off his shoes and after a moment of hesitation ditches the socks too, throwing them into a plastic bag at the wall. I don't think he needs shoes as a bear, not indoors at least. Better. I'll go take a leak and we can go back. Be right back. The door closes behind Bjorn and I deflate. We're gonna leave off here tonight. And I think I decided we're gonna do Klaus. We're gonna do Klaus's route. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.